Okay, here we are back at the MGB. This is teardown part 2. Today we're going to attempt to take the dash out. I don't know how long that's going to take, but this had the factory air, so this unit has to come out. Center console, the radio out. This broken piece of ductwork. And then there's 5 bolts that holds the dash on. There's one here, here in the center, there, and there. So we're going to attempt to get that out today. I took out 2 screws. One was on each side of the plastic here cover. Then I took off the hardware for the radio to get this plate off. And the radio go out the back. And we can continue to take off the connectors as needed. Looks like there's a hard-wired connector here on this. Oh, there's a piece of metal here on the back of this one. Not sure about that one. Cigarette lighters wedged in there. So a little bit more work. Figure out what's going on back behind here. And alright, the center console is out now, and there's a couple of cables on these controls for cabin, hot and cold, interior, defrost. So these control these back here for your blend doors, and this is another control for the engine temperature, bringing the heat in. So these I think are going to be salvaged, get those cleaned up. But I think obviously this was so brittle, we're going to get a new console with the radio from online. And the next thing I removed is this air conditioning or blower. We looked it up and found out that it was a dealer installed option, not a factory installed option. Has a hose that goes up to the center vents here, and then it had a blower here, and then there's another hose right here that's right here, and that went over to the driver's side for AC for the driver on there. Now to pull it out, I've got to get it through, and there's a couple of hoses in the engine compartment that came from the air conditioning we had here, we took out last time. So here's one of the hoses is right here, and it goes in through the firewall, and this is the second hose that's been cut here. So those are going to be replaced. I don't even know if the AC is going to go back in at this point, but I may just cut those hoses so I can get that air conditioning unit out. So here's the AC unit out of the car. It's held in place by this front. It goes underneath the bar inside of the dash, and then the back is just held up by those hoses that go to through the firewall. And then there's 3 cables coming out. There's a ground that I cut, and then there's the 3 wires going out. One of those went to a relay, and one went to a power inside of the engine. I'll show you that. Here's the engine. I mean the AC was plugged into this relay here. It says Lucas UK. And right here is where it went through the firewall. Take all this gunk off. Right there is where it went through the firewall. So that was a pretty long bolt for these windshield. Got the left one out, go to the right. Got 2 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on the other side out. I'm going to take the windshield off in just a second. So this bolt is too hard to get at from underneath the center part of the dash, and since we're replacing the dash anyway, we decided just to tear it up instead of spending hours trying to get to it, which we already spent about 1 hour trying to get to it. Alright, well that was a lot of fun. I took most of the afternoon to take the dash off, the windshield off. If you can get the dash off first, that's better. The windshield, we had to pull back the corner of the dash, but since the dash was going to be replaced anyway, that was alright. Now it shows here there's 6 nuts for the bolts on the dash, and they're at an angle that head back toward the engine, so they're very hard to get to. I don't know if I should show you the dash. It's pretty gory. May not be suitable for all ages. So that's the end of today. Sun's going down, and we'll be back again with another video for the 3rd part of the teardown. Thanks for watching.